you've already done a bit of this and that in the course of your life. At the moment, you're taking care of all kinds of transport services in Florida. Your client? A certain lady who is eager to remain anonymous. Your goal? Gee, to get rich. What else? Is it all legit and above board? Well... Hey, the main thing is that people are having fun, right? All kinds of good stuff comes from Cuba. It's so stupid that nothing's allowed to be imported from there since the USA imposed a trade embargo against the communist island nation. But even US congressmen appreciate Cuban cigars and a glass of fine rum. Your client wants you to move the goods from the Caribbean to the US mainland. But God help you if you let yourself get caught in the act. Help your contacts to bring cigars and rum onto the US market. You should disguise your venture as an import business for tropical fruit so that your activities attract less attention.
Hello friends and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. And all the way back to mainland USA, Florida, here we come. Looks like we have Miami itself. Leads off into Key West. We also have Fort Myers and West Palm Beach. Let's see, food processing here. Looks like, oh, the cities do not all want food. Miami wants food. I don't think anyone else wants food. We also have construction materials. Looks like we have some docks. And guessing this is Cuba over here. That's Havana, so that's a definite. And Nassau as well. So let's dig in. First up, we have to deliver 50 cigars and 50 rum from Cuba, as well as 100 fruit from the Bahamas to Miami. Per ship. So we have to do this by boat. Fortunately, we already have a port here. And we do not have a port over here, so we'll need to build one. So let's get started. It wants us to deliver 100 fruit. So we'll go ahead and get a move on that. Looks like we don't have access to trains or airplanes at the moment. Cargo harbor. And we'll just put this right next to it. Hopefully we can get it connected. There, that's perfect. Now I could have done this before, but let's get a big harbor. I like me some big boats. There we are. Now we need a shipyard as per the norm. Line number 1 all the way to Miami. And I believe, well, where does it want me to put the lemons? But that shipyard is getting most of it as it is. So basically all in there. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's more than good enough. So we'll start with that. 400. So let's get started with, what do we have? Got ourselves a hover ship again. Early cruise liner. A towboat and a big boy. I think we're gonna go for the big one. So one of those, that'll be, well, let's see how much it gives out. I don't want to overproduce. Now, over here we have a similar situation. I will start the harbor line already. Buy ourselves another ship, and that'll be on line 2. And before we add ships to that, we'll make sure if it's doing enough. Now we have rum and we have cigars. So I think we'll need a truck station for both of these. Number 1 and number 2. And let's just do a drop-off point, I think. You know what? Actually, no. I'm not going to do a drop-off point. I am actually going to do a station. Mainly because I realized stations, you can modify them a little bit to decrease traffic. So I might take advantage of that if I need to. That'll be line number 3, line number 4. And let's get a road depot as well. How much can these produce? Again, I don't, just 100. So as long as it matches 100, we're good. What do we have for trucks? We have a couple of buses. Ooh, and then we have the actual big rigs. Good to know. About time. 25 capacity. They're also driving at 50 miles an hour. That's not too bad. Let's buy 2 for each. Or, well, okay. We're doing 5 then. Line 3, and then the farther one will do 3. Now. Yeah, that's good for now. So let's unpause and see how this does. And we should be delivering everything to Miami. As long as it goes to this dockyard, then we're good. And if these are producing 100, we'll check back in just a little bit. Let's see. So I'm thinking we may end up delivering cigars and rum here as well. It's kind of what I think will happen. Also have bread going to Key West as well as Miami. Rum and construction materials to West Palm. Cigars and construction material to Fort Myers. And we get our construction material from there. That's not too bad. It's on to 119. So everything is pretty close together, except for Cuba, of course. It's a little bit further away, but the mainland Florida, it's not too bad of a trip. So I'm not going to be struggling with the lack of trains, I think. But we'll see what happens. Only 119, 198, that's more than enough. And that is 180. These are probably going to be giving more than that. But they're not for right now, so we'll just keep an eye on that and see what happens. I admit it would be faster if we had more than one boat. And we do have the money for it. But it would just be a waste of money at that point. The lines would not be sustaining themselves. So we'll just try to keep it at 100% transport for all of those, and we'll see how that looks. We are going to add another boat to line 2, however. So let's do that. Off you go. Got some full-on 80s music now. Fitting for the times. I do like that we're now getting the big rigs. I was wondering when these were going to show themselves. Even in the last one in Romania, we didn't have those. We only had the smaller trucks. Okay, so now we're at 100 for both. Yeah, so we will be delivering at maximum capacity. This is actually a little too much, but these factories can both upgrade. So I think once they upgrade, having the extra boat is just gonna help. This one's already at max. And unless the city starts asking for more, then it's not going to. As it is, Miami is asking for 133 fruits. They're asking for lemons. Cars are starting to advance as well. Obviously, we still have the I forget what they're called. The vans. But instead of having the little Volkswagens riding around, we actually have, that was a Mustang earlier. Not even Mustang, a Dodge. It was something. Okay, 95, so one more shipment of fruit and that'll do. We are not going to get it with that boat, but that should finish it off. So we'll be done with the rum and cigars, and we just need to deliver fruit. Actually see how much money, if any, this makes me. I would imagine cigars and rum would be lucrative. Enough to pay for it. And it's negative again. So we'll see how lucrative that is in the long run. Fruit? I have no idea. I don't see that being very good for me. But you never know. Alright, that ship is docked, so we should be getting the last of our rum and cigars. I hope. Maybe I didn't math right. No, I must have... My math is failing me. I added a 10 and a 20, apparently. Oh, okay. That means the next lemons that we get, and we'll just have to wait for this ship to go. Alright, so there we are. Should be the last of the rum and cigars, hopefully.
Your job here is super duper.
Right.
If it wasn't for those pesky law enforcement officers who make life so gall darn difficult, make sure they never get their claws on you. Your boss will think that's a great idea too.
Sounds like a good plan.
Don't let yourself get nabbed by the boys with badges. That's unpleasant enough all by itself. But when your client gets wind of it...
Don't get stopped by a police check. Oh, is that what this is? Hold on, the Border Patrol has stepped up its activities in the waters around the peninsula. Make really sure you won't get caught. Have no vehicles with questionable cargo in the marked area when the time is up. Oh, I have 60 seconds. Let's have you stop. I vaguely recall rum and cigars was not a thing they wanted.
You're doing such a good job that lately you're being entrusted with more goods than just rum and cigars. Transporting them is even trickier, the risk of getting caught a lot bigger. Just say no to it? With your boss, it wasn't an option. If you value your health, you better do what she wants. Meanwhile, the sea route has gotten pretty risky. That's why it's better to take a plane. Disguise the venture as a vacation airline so that the authorities don't get wise to you.
Per plane, deliver 25 cigars and 25 rum from Cuba, as well as 50 passengers from Nassau to Miami. A delivery of cigars and rum, counts as successful if at least the same amount of passengers has been delivered first. Alright.
Mr. Manu Mikhail, a somewhat shady businessman from Finland, wants to try his hand at alligator farming here in Florida. Although, he's got a small problem at the moment. There's a hole in the gator pen fence, and at least 10 animals are missing.
That is a problem.
Help the desperate farmer to recapture the reptiles in his care before they suddenly visit him on his porch. The only way to make sure none of the creatures get away is to have enough boats.
Have 5 hovercrafts in the marked area at the same time. Okay, so now we have a mountain list of tasks. Let's start this boat up again. I did not see anything that said we couldn't do that now. So let's start with from the top. Passengers transported. I see now we have planes. And that was from Nassau. So let's get started on that. What do we have? We only have one, nice and easy. So we'll buy that. We'll establish a line from Nassau to Miami, like so. And let's assign that airplane to that line. Next, Nassau is small enough. Yeah, the airport's basically covering the whole thing. Miami, however, is not quite. It's almost covering the whole thing, but I want to speed it up a little bit. So we're just gonna add some bus stops here or there. I guess this technically counts as Miami. Start up some lines. There we are. And a road depot. Perfect spot right there. Okay, I guess it's not a perfect spot. That's lame. That'll work too. Okay, buses. These are just better, I think. These are faster at loading, but I mean, these are faster in general. These go a good 13 miles an hour faster. They don't carry as much, and they have higher emissions. But since when do I care about emissions? Off you go. All right, so hopefully that'll speed up the passenger bit. Next, it wants us to deliver rum and cigars by plane as well. That's okay. What we can do is hopefully do this all at once. We might make some money, and it might slow us down, but let's see what happens. Line 7. And line 8. Going over to Havana. Let's just add 1 truck each for those, because I don't know how much is going to be assigned. And then we'll make another line. It's from Havana to Miami. Let's buy, again, just 1 plane for now. And off you go. Okay, so that'll take care of hopefully our deliveries. Actually, you can check. Okay, so it is delivering to Miami at the very least. So we do have that working out for us. Next, it wants us to put hovercrafts here. It wants us to put 5 hovercrafts. Is that what I'm understanding? All right, let's see if that works. As long as they move, I'll be happy. Yep, all right, so that's good. Now, while we're waiting on that, let's just double check and make sure our lines are still up and running. So see, we're transporting 200 now. That was line 1, more than enough. Noticeably, we're also up to 200 to Miami, 200 for both. Again, we have enough boats for that, but I think our truck lines are a little dry. So let's add a couple more trucks to each of those. There we are, 200 plus for those. Passengers we'll leave alone until we start getting backed up. If we do, I'll add more vehicles. If not, I'll leave it alone. These two are going to Havana. That's 55. And 55 for each. So we're doing good on that. I am going to leave this airplane alone unless I see this airport getting backed up. The reason being is some of the resources are just going straight to the city instead of the airport. So this is going to be a little bit slow for the moment. So we are actually going to have to stop these guys. Hold on. Stop right there. They collided. Oh, hold still. Hold on. So that's 3. And the other 2 are coming back right now. We are also delivering supplies, so that's working well enough. Not perfectly, but I'll take it. And stop. And last one. Beautiful.
At last, all the alligators are back where they belong. The fence is repaired, and the finished farmer can get a better night's sleep again.
Good for him. So let's actually just get rid of all these now. I don't need them for anything, and they're just wasting money. And we can disband line 10. Get rid of all these. I want them out of my face. All right, now we wait again. Okay, and here comes the last of our room now. Oh, it's got to make another pass, of course. I wonder if you can actually see the, there's no one driving it. They had drones in 1982. Okay, there he goes. Coming in for landing now. Looks like. Border guards got wind of the deliveries by plane and now also control the airport. They have no aircraft with questionable cargo in the marked area at the end of the time limit. Well that's not great. That means I have to stop this line 9 for a little while. At least until that mission's over. So I think for this bonus objective, we just have to not get caught. I mean, that's what it says, yeah, but I think it's over the course of the entire mission, I think. You don't have, okay. What about you? Do you have anything? You're just people. All right, so we should be okay.
With your reliable deliveries. It's a good thing, too. Hard to picture what might happen if she wasn't. At any rate, you're making a pile on this. You ought to invest in innocent-looking businesses so the authorities don't wonder all of a sudden where all the money is coming from. If you don't, they're going to catch on to you. You have different options. Investments in a cozy paradise for senior citizens seem just as lucrative as the deal involving hard-drinking college kids who want to recover from the stress of getting their degree.
So now we have to choose a retirement community or a spring break resort. I mean, that's not really a choice.
Take the shady transport company and invest them soundly. Build a never-ending party town for the younger generation and supply them with booze. It's the only way to protect your greenbacks against seizure.
Okay, so now we're delivering 75 construction material and 25 rum to the Spring Break Resort. Again, we don't have trains to rely on, so this is going to be entirely truck. So, we're already delivering the rum to here. I wonder if I were to build a station somewhere, like say right here next to the airport, I wonder if it will accept the rum. If it will, we're in business. If not, we'll have to rethink this. That should be okay. Could be better, but that'll take care of most of it. Now, we'll also build another one next to the construction depot. There we are. Okay, so line 10. And hopefully line 11. And then let's put all our planes back to work. Okay, now we'll build another depot here. And let's do... that sounds good. That's only 100, line 10. Needs like one more. And I don't even know if this is going to work. We're gonna have to wait and see. Havana. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna tell me. Alternatively, I could also build a dockyard, another station next to the port to try and pull a little extra rum from the port as well. But we'll see if this works. Yes it is. 17 is going to West Palm Beach. So that means that is working. Okay. 179. Yeah, I think that's good. And construction materials are also on point. So we should be making a little bit of money. All right, there's the last of our rum now, and I'm not sure how, but some fruit made it over there as well. We'll figure out how that works later, I'm sure.
Life is wild, footloose, and fancy-free on the streets of Florida, and the police are hot on your heels.
You know, this actually worked out really well. Look at that. It is just outside of the circle. That is fantastic. Yeah, so now we just have to wait. None of my trucks are going to be inside of that circle at all. That is wonderful. I love it when a plan comes together. We did end up adding a extra station here as well. I found it was working. It was slowly working. The problem was it was going a little too slow for my tastes. So decided to make another station, and that sped it up a little bit. Not a whole lot, but not really missing much.
cops and the rest of them. Your boss is very pleased, and that in turn is good for your health.
I like things that are good for my health. You've managed to invest your profits in a respectable business. You're clean as a whistle. In the meantime, numerous middlemen were arrested and your client vanished without a trace. Okay, so it wasn't necessarily better off for me. As long as she paid me, right? It might be better to switch to more legitimate activities. A film crew wants to shoot a TV show about the wicked highways and byways of Miami. Your expertise is called for here.
The TV series revolves around two laid-back undercover investigators who plow through the morass of vice and crime in Miami dressed in chic sport coats. Thanks to your experience, the spectacular scenes are supposed to end up being particularly realistic.
Construct various sets for the show in the Everglades. Wait, the Everglades? Yes, I see the water. I see all the swampland. Yeah. That's what that is. Okay. Key West, Miami, and at Miami Airport, and take care of the needs of the crew. Alright, well, I guess we'll start with the Everglades from the top.
In one dramatic chase scene, the team of investigators is supposed to pursue the fugitives in a hovercraft. Make sure that the staging of the appropriate episode is done well.
Have two hovercrafts on different lines in the marked area at the same time. Okay. What's next? We'll just figure out what all of these are so we can take them on one at a time.
According to the script, at this point, the bad guys are supposed to blow up several bridges all at once. Naturally, you've never done anything like that, but you have heard about how it's done.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be okay for the economy. Miami, what do you want?
A sequence is currently being filmed where the team of investigators drives like crazy around the streets of Miami. Make sure there's nothing in the way on the corresponding stretches of road.
I wonder how that's gonna work, actually.
The two TV cops are hot on the trail of a gang of smugglers who are intent on getting their merchandise to a safe place by plane. You're supposed to give a helping hand with the aerial showdown.
Have an airplane fly through the marked area and click on it. Ah, so close. We'll come back to that. And what was the last one? What do they want? They just want food, huh?
Getting so many action scenes in the can creates an appetite. The TV crew wants to be provided with excellent catering.
Okay, so from the top, the first one I want to test, and I am going to save the game here. They want nothing. Provide roadblocks so no vehicles can find their way into the marked area. I don't see any vehicles. Yeah, there's no vehicles there. Okay, next one is the bridges. No one wants to be there anyways. Oh, it has to be at the same time. Hold on. Okay, pause. There we go. I was wondering why it was counting back up. The next was to have hovercrafts here. I might be able to make some money from this, actually. And it wants 2 lines. So what we'll do is we'll create line number 1. And we'll create line number 2 by a couple of hover cars. 13 and 14. That should take care of that, I think. On different lines in the marked area at the same time, so I might have to stop them. Let's see if this works. Please? No, not quite. You have to click on it inside the line. There it is. Perfect. Okay. So I'll probably have to stop those hover cars, or hovercrafts, I'm sorry. Not hover cars, we're not that advanced yet. Let's get the food started. I will need to rebuild this road. As fun as that was. Oh. Make it look cohesive at the very least. There we go. Like it never even happened. And let's get another road here. And a couple of stations. That'll do. Line 15. Cannot reach. Okay, cannot connect all stations. Oh, there's no road. Hold on. If the road doesn't exist, just make a new one. Okay, there we go. And now we'll just buy, I don't know, like 3 trucks. It is kind of far. Line 15, okay. That'll take care of that. And now we should just have to pause the hovercrafts as they enter the circle. Or if we're lucky, they'll just go into the circle at the same time. That would be fantastic. Please. There's one. Come on. Excellent. Okay, so that was easy. Now we just have to supply the food. And then we'll be good to go.
The TV series is a mega success. Naturally, above all, thanks to your support. All over America, Miami is now viewed as a dangerous place, but incredibly sexy too. This sinful image draws the rich and beautiful into town in search of thrilling adventures. But lately, Florida has become a very popular destination for other target groups as well. All the signs point to loads of moolah. Lure various target groups with attractive offers. There ought to be something for everyone. For a young, wealthy clientele and for screwballs, and even for perfectly ordinary families.
Find out what actions should be taken in Miami, the Everglades, and Key West. Yeah, I guess we'll just go down the list once again.
The rich and beautiful among young folks won't settle for run-of-the-mill spring break parties. Bring them to Miami Beach, where the screwballs from Key West have proclaimed their own republic and want to declare war on the United States of America. The reason? U.S. Customs operations on the way to the island are bad for tourism. Help the island's population to draw attention to the not-so-seriously meant announcement to wage war.
You what? Is this because I blew up your bridges?
Long, stale loaves of bread are supposed to serve the prankster republic as weapons in the war against the Americans. Give a hand to the military buildup by making sure that as many freshly baked loaves as possible stay put in the bakery and get rock hard.
Let the transport value of the food processing plant fall below 40%. I'm very confused. Okay, so let's... line 15, let's just tell all of you to stop. Can I do that? Or do I have to do one at a time? I think I do. Let's just stop you. That'll make the transport plummet. Okay. It's gonna suck because the objective on this one is to bring 30 people from the spring break resort to Miami by bus and supply Miami with 50 food. So I'm going to be waiting on that until the transport goes low. But I can get a start on getting the people over to Miami. Got ourselves another line. And what do you think? Right on Main Street? It's probably a good enough place. Line 16. 2 of those. Oops. Okay, so I'll start the people. What next? The Everglades?
The Everglades National Park is a perfect destination for families out on a day trip. That is, as long as you keep an eye on the kids and the alligators aren't hungry.
Ah, so this one actually worked out. Bring 50 people from Miami by boat to the Everglades. I'm already doing that. And it wants me to make 100,000 in profit as well. Already well on our way, so that one works out well. Now for these bastards.
Key West is a paradise for all kinds of eccentric characters. They like it when things are unconventional. Transport them by streetcar, an extremely unusual means of transportation for the USA in the 1980s.
All right, I guess that means I'm rebuilding the bridge for them. So it wants me to transport them to Miami by streetcar. What's the difference between that and the bus? Like, where would I even find that? That's not... These are both buses. Key West is a paradise for all kinds of eccentric characters. Transport them by streetcar. Build a streetcar to Key West and transport 20 people. Oh, operating a tram. I have not touched those in a minute. Let's take a look. Let's build this over here. I don't want this to be... Right here is fine. There we go. So these are streetcars then? Yeah, the PCC streetcar. Okay, so yeah, these are streetcars then. So we'll just buy one, and then that means I'm gonna have to go to tools, and I think it's this one. Upgrade that big old bridge. And I guess we'll just take them, what do you think, to like right here? We'll just make this whole place a streetcar, and then they can find their way at, nah, we'll complete the set. Okay, now, come on. Oh, I never made a line. And I also need a bus stop. Just do right there. Line 17. All right, off you go. I can't see what the transport is at. It's at 43%. It needs to be 40% before I touch it. And then I can start transporting bread again.
You've produced so much stale bread that the Americans definitely would have been smashed to breadcrumbs in no time. On the other hand, the self-proclaimed Republic readily submitted its unconditional surrender 1 minute after declaring war. But at least the border control checkpoints are gone.
Ah, yes. I rebuild the bridge and then they surrender. Oh, that works for me. Let's start up this line again. And let's also... We'll go there. Line 18. Alright, now we're transporting food, and we should also be transporting people. Yes, we are. Excellent. Okay, so now it's once more just waiting game to see how long it's going to take to give everyone the food they need. And how many people really want to go to the Everglades. I guess not a lot. Alright, there's the last of our people by streetcar, and we're also closing in on transporting the families to the Everglades. I knew that one was going to take the longest, and it has. We've been going very, very slow. Looks like that should be the last of our people as well, however, so that'll be done and dusted. Can't tell if these people are trying to go somewhere else or leave. Alright, there's the last two. We're actually going to make it before the, well, about the same time, actually. Okay, that didn't update at all. It's weird. Well, it's got 7 people on it now, so hopefully once it gets back to Key West, we'll be good to go. Hopefully. It's got a long way to go before then, though, yeah? Okay, please.
Florida's where the action is. Your businesses are booming. The cash is streaming in, and it's all perfectly legal to boot. That's quite an impressive career you've made for yourself.
Perfectly legal, huh? I mean, we are still importing rum and cigars. I wouldn't necessarily call that legal in 1986. But in any case, that is a good one for me, I think. More or less keeping up with everything. We do have a bit of a backlog on some of these, but that's nothing I couldn't fix if I want to actually go through with doing. But for the moment, I'm happy with that. We're ending positive in the bank, I believe. Yeah, look at that. Making a huge profit. So that is well and enough for me, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.